Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Rye, and in today's video I'm playing in the German Tier 10 destroyer Z52 here in World of Warships. As the battle gets underway, it's ranked battle, which means it's domination match mode, and it is a 7v7 matchup. And obviously, all the boats are Tier 10. As the battle gets underway, I spawned right behind an island, so I was forced to go one way or the other and opted to go towards the B cap point. As we can see, our Shimakaze on the team has opted to head off towards the A cap point. And initially I considered going out there, but Z52 has a bit of a range detection problem. Mainly that between all of the ships, the destroyers on my team here, I have the greatest detection range at 6.1 kilometers. And don't do so well when shot at by armor piercing, which means I don't want to get myself trapped at the A cap point with very narrow avenues of escape and approach with which to run away on. Instead, I'm going to use the islands over here as cover and give myself plenty of room to maneuver. And you definitely need room to maneuver in the Z52 because she doesn't respond as quickly and as well as, say, the Yu Yang or even the Shimakaze do. But that's okay. For all her faults, she definitely has some advantages. Her first advantage is that she's got 10.5 kilometer torpedoes. And while you only get 8 of them, and they don't do a lot of damage, especially to battleship targets, they do reload very quickly, and they are fairly fast torpedoes, which means you can fire them off, and they'll get to their target sooner rather than later. Speaking of targets, I have an enemy Montana who's out there at about 12 kilometers. Now, he is a little bit outside of my torpedo range by about a kilometer at this point, but if you look at the way he's sailing, that slow push in towards this location, if he keeps going, hopefully my torpedoes will connect on him. Friendly Shimakaze has started capping the A cap point, and our Yu Yang is headed off over there to support him. Between the two of them, they should be able to create a wall of skill should any of those ships decide to push up. Speaking of wall of skill, there's the enemy Shimakaze has popped up now. I drop my smokescreen, punch my speed boost, and pop my hydro. I do all 3 of these. The smokescreen is so that if I opted to, I could sit and drop off detectability behind that smokescreen. The hydro, obviously, so that I can see all these torpedoes, and more importantly, so that I can see the Shimakaze. And the speed boost because I absolutely need to have that speed in order to change directions quickly. That's both useful in turning, but mainly it's useful in accelerating, stopping, and reversing, something that the ship just doesn't do without that. Now, I am being detected because there is the other enemy Tier 10 destroyer that's back behind those islands there, but as he disappears behind those islands down one of those channels, drop off detection there. And now I'm just able to wail on the Shimakaze, who apparently does not have last stand. More importantly, enemy team loses their first destroyer in the game. Yes, that destroyer just detonated. A Tier 10 destroyer captain in ranked battle without a detonation flag. I wonder how many reports he received. Probably a fair few. Drifted just outside of my hydroacoustic range for the Shimakaze here. Turn myself around, but doesn't matter anyway as my torpedoes hit home, finishing him off. And the enemy team now down to just 1 destroyer. And as we can see, that destroyer, blazing away with his guns, is detected. And he's got about half his health left. So if I wanted to push back over there and engage him, I absolutely could. More importantly, though, at this point, now that the enemy team has lost 2 of their destroyers, my team is in a reasonably good position to start pushing up and putting pressure on the enemy team without fear of being torpedoed by those destroyers. But as we can see here, right now, most of the battleships, they're still hiding off in the back. That is, however, going to change, though, as we will see shortly. Because that last enemy destroyer, well, he's going to pop up yet again back behind that island there, and he's going to have even less health than before. But speaking of destroyers with less health than before, there is our friendly Shimakaze over there, very, very low health, and our Yu Yang, who just took a big hit as well. They are being contested at the A cap point by the enemy cruiser, and that's going to be a real problem for them. But real problems or not, I have my own problems here, as the Grosse Kurfürst has pushed up here, and I am well within detection range here. You can see here his shots coming out there. Are they going to hit me? No, fortunately. They all managed to miss me. It makes me pretty happy. Firing shots off at him, trying to set him on fire. No luck there. Do some damage, and did hit him with a torpedo there. So if I can hit him with another torpedo, that would be great. Enemy team has lost all 3 of their destroyers. We've lost our first destroyer, and given that cruiser's position and relation to our Yu Yang, we're probably going to lose our second destroyer soon as well. But do manage to take out that cruiser at the very least. So, the cruiser dead, very dangerous, and our Yu Yang still plucking along, but now he's got a Yamato to deal with over there, and he did use all of his torpedoes. And speaking of using all of our torpedoes, here's the Kurfürst, who's pushed up around this island, and I'm using the island in a very sneaky tactic that destroyer commanders on the US branch will know all too well. And that's basically just coming around here, use the islands for cover, and push up in on your enemy, and finish them off. There's all 4 torpedo hits. Kill number 2 for me. And a good amount of damage to go with that. We do ultimately lose our second destroyer, so that just leaves me, but look at that. I'm full strength at this point, and the enemy team is now down to just a Montana and a Yamato. The Yamato hasn't yet, or I'm sorry, just started capturing the A cap point, but that's really going to be too little too late, as their team is at 300 points, while my team is clearly up in the 600 range. And I'm in position to go and take the C cap point, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Their Montana, however, is firing high explosive and headed towards the border. I am just unbelievably flabbergasted by the amount of really poor decisions made at the tier 10 level. You would have thought that it would have been a little bit better if you managed to make your way up to tier 10. You'd have camo on there, you'd have flags, you'd be running a detonation flag, but apparently just not the case. Enemy team manages to secure the A cap point, so now they've got 2 of the caps going right now, but that's going to change here shortly as I break off from attacking the Montana, not going to chase him down, because I know that Yamato is probably going to head towards the B cap point. And given that most of our battleships and cruisers at this point are back on this side of the islands, they can't see that Yamato. They are chasing down the Montana. That's going to put us into a position where somebody has to take the effort and go and cap. So that's going to be me. Now, as I push up here into the cap, capping away, there's no way this Yamato is going to be able to see me and reset the cap. So I can pretty much sit here in the open. And more importantly, because I know where that Yamato is, I can sit here and I can plan my attack. But because I've spotted that Yamato, and because the Montana on the enemy team is basically run off into a corner and is about to beach himself on an island on the border in that corner, at least 2 of our ships have decided to break away, and they're going to come back and turn around and help me engage this Yamato. Not that I would necessarily need help engaging the Yamato, but they are going to do that, at the very least, get this guy taken care of, because that Montana definitely not going to survive at the rate things are going. So as we can see here, Yamato is pushed out of the A cap point, and he's doing exactly what I expected. He's turned towards the B cap point, and that's where he's pushing up. Now, he's doing this for a couple of reasons. If we look at the minimap, we know all our battleships are probably still detected or spotted, so they are back behind those islands, so that Yamato knows he's reasonably safe if he goes up that way. He also knows that there was a destroyer last spotted at the C cap point, because somebody, undetected, captured it. So, trying to decide which way this Yamato is going to go here, which side of the island I want to pop out on. I do still need to be careful here. Yamato could cause me some serious damage if I get spotted. And again, I have a larger than normal detection range at 6.1 kilometers, and I just do not do well when shot at by armor-piercing rounds. But this Yamato, well, he's giving broadside, and he's not going to do well by being shot at with armor-piercing rounds there. Whoever did that shot there got nice, big, fat citadel. And now, because the Yamato has fired his guns, I pop my smoke screen. I'm going to open up with my high explosive, see if I can set it on fire, and I do actually manage to set it on fire. And then the Yamato fires off his guns again, so he's going to be detected anyway. I pop my hydroacoustic just in case he gets any closer. I will be able to see him regardless of smoke. And look at those torpedo sets. Nice torpedoes Can I hit him? Can I get that kill? Come on, get down there. Those shots come in. The answer is no. He gets taken out, and we win the game by killing all the enemies in the battle. Still though, 91,000 damage done in the game. Solo base cap, assisted cap, 2 kills, a good number of torpedo hits there to round out that battle. And a very, very quick battle at that, just shy of 11 minutes total. Surprisingly enough though, with a result like this, top of the team for XP earned. Probably because I was the only one of the destroyers who survived the battle. 1800 base XP. The Montana, oddly enough, on the enemy team, who went over and basically was licking windows on the border, somehow managed to be top of his team for XP earned. No idea how that happened. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel, you can send it to my email. If you'd like to help support me and the channel, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. And if you'd like to watch me play various games live, albeit intermittently, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.